Welcome, everybody. Welcome to this wonderful virtual book launch. Lezlee, who do we see joining us?
Oh, Cindy and Chantal with AIMCO and Gracie with FIWA and Ashley Dewey, my wonderful virtual assistant publicist, Michelle Green, one of my Zeta sorority sisters.
Great.
And Kathleen Kirsten, Pam, my friend from Comanche.
And if you're able to start your videos, unless you're driving, sleeping, or eating, we'd love to see you.
There's Laurie Bianco, mayor of Dalworthington Gardens, Texas.
Great.
There's my Carmen, my friend, my walking buddy from Alberta, Canada.
Woohoo! A lot of fans. So, well, we're going to get started. Hi, everybody. I'm Jeffrey Berwind on behalf of authorsuccess.com. I'm going to be your host for this wonderful virtual book launch party for Lezlee Liljenberg and her achievement of getting this amazing book out there. And thank you for honoring her by attending this very fun, it's mostly party. And we have a few things we're going to do. You're going to have a job to do at the very end when we raise a glass to Lezlee. So go grab something. So when we're all done, we're going to toast her. In the meantime, there you go, Cindy. In the meantime, I want to introduce Kimberly, who facilitates these virtual book launch. Hey, Kim.
Hey, Jeffrey, and congratulations to you, Lezlee, on your new book.
Thank you. There's my friend Lisa from California.
Nice.
Yep.
Also want to introduce your book coach, Valerie Costa, and editor. Valerie, congratulations for your part in this.
Absolutely. Thank you. I'm so proud of you, Lezlee. It's such a wonderful book and a topic that I didn't know anything about. And I learned so much reading it, and I laughed and I cried and felt like I got to know you really well through the coaching process and reading your book. And I'm just so very thrilled for you and proud of you.
Thank you. Thanks for all of your help.
So
it's my pleasure.
The first thing we're going to do is we're going to roll a pre-recorded interview that Valerie and Lezlee did together not long ago. And this is a wonderful interview, Lezlee, that you can use to promote the book. And we're going to let you see something that's pre-recorded and enjoy this 8-minute interview playing now.
I'm here with Lezlee Liljenberg, author of If You Only Knew, Navigating DNA Surprises in the NPE World. Good morning and welcome, Lezlee.
Good morning, Valerie. This has been such a fun adventure.
I imagine you've had quite the adventure.
Yes.
So in the book title, it says Navigating DNA Surprises in the NPE World. I know most people who aren't experiencing this, their first question will be, what is an NPE?
Well, good question. Yes. And a lot of people ask me, I just say, have you heard of what an NPE is? And they say, no, I have no idea. So NPE stands for not parent expected. It is utilized in the genealogy world. It was originally not a non-paternal event, and so it's changed over time. Sometimes you still hear that, but primarily it's a person that discovers that a biological parent or parents are not their parent, and then kind of going from there for their search. It can include adoptees. It includes people like me that just actually found out by accident through DNA testing. It can also be through like conceived donor sperm situations too. So it has a full gamut of people that it includes, and so here we are, NPEs.
All right. That sounds like it could be quite a jarring realization to make. And so what was the moment that made you decide that this book had to be written?
I have had several moments. I think I was kind of soaking it all in, but I think the real moment was I contacted one of the half sisters that I had found, and I presented it to her. She upset her. She wasn't going to accept it, but she had a friend, she and her friend Gina kind of came across to me that they were going to help me. In fact, I even laughingly say, I gave them all my passwords, and everybody thinks I'm crazy. I gave them my passwords. I trusted the situation so much that they would want to know the truth. And little did I know they were actually kind of conspiring to discredit me. That kind of backfired on them, which to my benefit. But I think that behavior and that heated text that I began to get from them really made me think, gosh, there's a lot of people out there that are hurting from this and enduring this kind of behavior. And it really made me want to get out there, learn more, and be able to help people on both sides of the situation. It's not always just about the NPE.
Yeah, and I can't even imagine you've just had like this big life shock, and then you reach out to your family to try to get some answers, and then to be treated that way, it's adding insult to injury, it seems. But it also seems like it was the catalyst for you, sharing your knowledge with others. So,
Right.
that's
Yeah.
something.
You and I use that word nudge. Yeah, it was my nudge,
Yeah.
my push, or my throwing me into it. But yeah, it worked.
Yes. Yes, it did. And your book came out beautifully.
Thank you.
Um, Can you share how you felt at the moment of discovering your father was not your father? I know you talk about in the book that you had quite some foreshadowing from him. But that moment of actually having that confirmed, how did that feel?
It for me, it was pure relief. And I think it's just because of the way that evolved for me. That's not obviously the way that a lot of people feel. But it was pure relief. It was a moment that it took a huge burden off me. It made it made my heart just finally go, wow. I mean, I'm not crazy. As you and I share sometimes, I felt like I was chasing unicorns. And I was there was a lot of gaslighting going on. There was people, my mom really making me feel like I was crazy and everybody else around me was crazy. So it was really great to have that moment to go, wow, this underlying current that I've been dealing with the majority of my life is real. And I'm not, I will never, I'm transparent. Of course, the grief and the tears, all of that came later. And it did, and it still comes. I've been in this journey knowing for going on 3 years, but there are still times where I can be telling the story and I tear up. It's just not it's not always an easy adventure.
I imagine it isn't. I mean, that seems like it would be a major emotional flashpoint in one's life to
Yeah.
have this experience. And just like any big emotional event, it's going to take some time to work through it. And you'll go through, ebbs and flows and phases, but you've just handled yourself beautifully.
Thank you.
Um, Welcome. What would you like your readers to take away from this book? What is the biggest thing that you would like for them after reading this book?
I have several points and things that I would like. And of course, I want this to be on both sides, not just the NPE, but also people that are learning about these surprises themselves, because it affects everyone. But I think the most important is you're not alone. There's so many resources out there. This is a growing phenomenon. I mean, it really is. There's so many thousands of people finding out every day, and that's hard for people to absorb. But I think you're not alone, and know that there are people you can reach out to. There are people out there that want to hold your hand. There are people like me that want the story out there. I want to be the voice of DNA and NPEs. I do. And then there are also people that are there that never want to discuss it, and there are people that just want to be there to help others. And so I think that it's important to realize that when you are first making the discovery, and that if you are an NPE, to know that there are people out there that will embrace you. And also we understand the privacy, and we also respect the level of confidentiality that comes with all of this. The second would be, I think, to not give up. There's going to be naysayers. There always will be. There will be people that say, why are you doing this? And can't you just let it go? If you want to let it go, let it go. But that's up to you of how you deal with this. And again, that's also the decision of person that's not the NPE. Everybody has their point that they want to know the truth or not, and they want to accept it. So I always mention that. And then I think, just to be gentle with yourself. I have to really focus on that, because there are moments where I've gone full blown. I think you've done some of my editing, the bull in the china shop. And you can't really always do that. You've got to walk softly, and as you learn and to address it. And for me, what I have always done is I'm a compartmentalizer. So when I learn a little bit, I take that and absorb it. So I may journal it, I may write it into a chapter. and then at that point in time, I let that soak in. And then maybe I'm ready to go pick up the phone and try to reach out to another family member. And then once I meet them, I step back and I just give it time, because it's still, even when you're meeting people and they're part of your bloodline and they're just part of your family, it still takes a little bit out of you. It sort of just kind of zaps your energy, and I have to refocus. And as we call it in our house is called defragging. As I've got to defrag it, set it aside, and then I can start. So.
I think that that's great advice. Whether you're an NPE, know someone who's an NPE, or just for humans in general. So thank you for that.
Oh, sure.
So thank you for taking on this task for all the people who are going through this. Your advice is great for humans in general, not just NPEs. And I know that you are going to make a big difference in many people's lives. So everyone, make sure to pick up Lezlee's book, If You Only Knew, Navigating DNA Surprises in the NPE World, on Amazon or at bookstores everywhere. Thank you, Lezlee.
Thank you, Valerie.
Well, what a great interview. So those of you just joining us, that was a pre-recorded interview between Lezlee and her book coach, Valerie Costa. That was beautifully done. And so Lezlee, I have a question for you, screen sharing one more time. How did it feel to first see your book up on Amazon? Hold on a second. Yeah.
No, let's keep the waterworks back. No, I mean, it's thrilling. I mean, really, I mean, I do, the people that are able to join today, these people have been on this walk with me, and ad nauseum, they've listened to my stories. So, I mean, it's a thrill. It's a thrill to have it accomplished. And, I say now the heavy lifting starts, and that's marketing the book and selling the book and getting the word out.
Getting the word out.
But it's fantastic. And it's also on Kindle. And so we've really been working with a lot of book clubs and bookstores for book signings. So the next part of the adventures is here.
That's right. It's an important message to get out there. And it's a lot of work to get a book done. That's why we're celebrating today. So this is one of my favorite parts of a book launch, where our author reads a short excerpt from her book. What would you like to share with us?
Okay, so I am sharing an excerpt from chapter 9. And if you happen to have the book with you yet, and here is the cover, so you can recognize it, because there are a few other books on Amazon that are, if you only knew, they're romance novels, I think, mostly. But this chapter starts right after I had a discussion with my cousin Melody. And remember, I had a name in my back pocket given to me by Melody, and I was ready to fire it at Mom when the time was right and when she least expected. This had become my modus operandi. If I gave her too much time to think, she figured out how to avoid the topic at hand. Topic at hand, who's my daddy? I never said I was right about how I handled each step or encounter, nor do I give any illusion the best tactics were utilized. But at that point, it was all about strategy. None of us know how we will deal with this until we're there. Even then, there's no guidebook on how to act. And in theory, however, I think it's a great idea if there were such a manual. The opportunity presented itself soon after my eye-opening encounter with my cousin. Mom and I are sitting in front of the bank manager, adding me as power of attorney. As power of attorney and signatory on her accounts. It was pretty busy and loud in the bank, and we were wrapping things up, so I took my moment. Me. Hey. So, Mom, I was with Melody yesterday, and I asked her about the possibility of Bill not being my dad. Mom, oh, really? Well, what did she have to say? Me, that I am correct about Bill not being my father, and that Tommy Cantrell is my dad. Mom, what? Are you sure she didn't say Sonny Cantrell, which is Tommy's brother? Me, speechless for a moment and jaw dropped. Well, is that an option? Mom, well, more than Tommy. Banker, with eyes diverted, looking down and sweat on her upper lip. Well, ladies, I think we're all good and wrapped up here. Me. Wait, wait a minute. You've got to be kidding me, Mom. You're killing me, Smalls. At this point, I was numb to the gaslighting and recognized her avoidance tactics, so I chose to laugh and stay calm. Getting all wonky wouldn't do any good, especially the poor bank manager sitting in on that conversation. Breathe in and out, repeat. Okay, well, let's go get that glass of wine at Max, I said. You may notice that lots of my conversations end with a glass of wine. She had too much time to figure out how to evade the discussion once again during our drive in our different cars to the restaurant. My plan of attack for information was thwarted once again. Step by step, the story was unraveling and was beginning to eat at me because every morsel of information seemed to chip away at my resolve to figure it all out. The tears had not inundated me yet. I was only at the cusp of this adventure, and it percolated in my gut like soured milk, not sure if the pain would pass or if it would result in making me ill.
Reads like a screenplay, Lezlee.
I
Right?
hope it does.
Yeah, exactly. Well done. Phew.
Thank you.
Yeah, what a read. So this is the party part, where we would love as many of you as you can to one at a time unmute and exchange some words of congratulations or hello with Lezlee. And we have a little time for this. Lezlee, feel free even to invite somebody.
Rebecca Turner, because
Let's do it.
Rebecca's an author as well, and she's my financial advisor and has been through a lot of this with me too.
Rebecca Turner.
And she's horrible at technology because I hit that little thing, but it didn't work. Anyway, this has just been a joy, and Forrest and Jennifer are here. We're just very excited for you and watching this journey unfold. And I can't wait to read the book, and I want it signed. So just let us know if it's best to order through you or just go to Amazon. But congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks. I'd probably call on Magnus next, but because he's certainly been through it with me and through the tears and the joys. And so I said my cousin Rhonda's down there on the corner. That's one of my cousins. So Magnus, he doesn't.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Well, congratulations, honey. Been a long
Thank you.
journey. Emotional. Very proud of you for what you've gone through. So I know it's going to be a big seller, no doubt. And a lot of friends are interested, and I think it's going to be wonderful. And I love the book. It's really well done. So congrats to everybody involved, and you too, honey bunny.
Thank you. Okay, get him off.
All right.
can't
I've
be
been
there.
told what to do. I'm muting him. And next I'm going to go to
Thanks, honey.
Ashley.
Thank you.
Ashley, and then Rhonda, and then Lisa, because I've seen
Okay.
some hands waving. So first up is Ashley. I'm inviting you to unmute.
Yeah. Okay. I'm least technical apparently of all
You are not.
because I'm trying to raise my hand and couldn't find it. Lezlee, I'm just so excited. Magnus, that was the sweetest thing ever. And so kind to say about your wife, but Lezlee, you're amazing. And this is just such an accomplishment. Congrats. And I'm excited for this journey with you.
Yep. We've got a lot to do, Ashley. Yeah.
Rhonda, I'm inviting you to unmute.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Lezlee, congratulations. I'm so proud of you, but you are such an amazing person. You do so many great things. And since I've known you for the past 33 years, you always do great things. And you're so diverse. There's so many different things you've done. And writing a book doesn't surprise me. So, I mean, you're just amazing. That's all I can say. And I cannot believe you put Melody's name in your book. It doesn't matter if you're really related to me or not. You're still my cousin, and I love you. And congratulations. And I can't wait to see what you do next.
Well, family is family. You're not getting rid of me.
I'm not getting rid of you.
Dr. Lisa, I'm inviting you to unmute.
Oh, where's Lisa?
All right. Hi. Hi.
Hey.
Oh, I gotta not cry myself. I think I'm going to. I'm just so proud of Lezlee. Lezlee, I'm so proud of you. I mean, everybody on this calls know. I mean, we all know that you're an extraordinary woman. I mean, we know that. Your life has been extraordinary up to now. You give 110% to everything that you do. So this is no surprise that this has happened to you, with you, and is going to be so powerful for you. But in a way, and this is probably going to sound terrible, as excited as I am for you and the difference it's going to make in your life, it's hard for me to wrap my mind around the thousands and I believe millions of people who will be impacted by this book, because this book is just the beginning. For a lot of people, they've had nobody to talk about. And for a lot of people, it's going to be beforehand, before they even take these kind of tests, because a lot of them have walked around with inklings like you did. And I just think this is going to change the conversation in such a powerful way. So I basically want to warn you and Magnus to put on your seatbelts, because this next chapter of your life is going to be pretty incredible. And your life has already been incredible up till now, but I think in a way that you cannot even imagine. And I am just so thrilled for you. We are all here for you, and we are all so thrilled to celebrate you.
Thank you. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks. Awesome.
All right. Who else would like to wave their hand and be unmuted? Amy Jo, I am going to call on you because I read what happened to you just a moment ago. And I'm
Amy
going to invite you
Jo.
to unmute.
What did I? You read that I did what? Oh, that it just came?
Yeah.
But it's like that, but look, it just came, Lezlee.
Yay. Thank you.
No, I want you to sign it. Can you sign it through the air?
Yeah. So I'll virtual sign it now, and then I'll get you. I'll
That-
come up to Colorado to what's Red Rock?
Yes, you're gonna come to a concert. I just
Okay,
want to say it was so fun to meet you at retreat and to read your story. And I've been following you, and I'm very proud of you. And congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Amy.
You're welcome.
And then Chantal Roberts, she's also another author in the group.
Chantal, I'm inviting you to unmute.
Okay, there I am. Hi. I so didn't want to get called on, Lezlee, because I'm just sitting here going like super jealous. I adore the photograph that you put up the other day with the champagne. I'm like, ooh, I want to know who that photographer is, because I want that picture for my next.
She's good.
That's awesome. I am so excited for you and jealous, because I am also an author, but I'm like, oh, it's so exciting. I love when we get to publish books, and it is hard and everything, and good for you to go through this and to see it through to the end. I just have so much admiration for you. It is fantastic, and I'm super excited for you. Super excited. So congratulations.
I'll see you in May in Phoenix.
Yes, you will.
Yes, I will. So, and then Pam, she'd shoot me if I called on her, but she did. She said yes. But Pam is my my newfound friend in Comanche, Texas. So when you read the book, you will read how all my roots went back to Comanche, and Pam adopted me. And so she's nowhere in this, but she's part of she runs the Genealogical Society in Comanche, Texas, and she's taken me under her wing and has introduced me to so many people. And I just appreciate you, Pam, for all of your help. You've been amazing. And I've got some sorority sisters on there here. I know Lori Clark was here. Lori Licious is on there. Now Cindy down there at the bottom, she is part of a retreat group that is in PE. And then Melinda and Jerry, I guess, are in the car driving. So, and then Michelle, another Zeta sister. So,
yeah. Would you like us to unmute anybody?
Anybody else? And great. Yeah, I said Grace early. She's with FEWA.
Yeah. Do you want to speak to anybody? We can unmute for you.
Oh,
I
here's
don't want
Kim.
anybody to whip me. There's Kim Roto, another good friend.
Kim, I've invited you to unmute.
I am just so proud of you, Lezlee. I wouldn't have missed this. I got the book today
Oh,
from
yay.
Amazon.
Thank you.
Longtime friends of Lezlee. She is an amazing individual, creative. So proud of you. I can't wait to see you and talk about it and give you a big hug. So just glad I could make it today.
Thanks, Kim. Thanks. Good
All
group.
right, next hand up. Hi, Wraith. Please
There's
correct me. I'm inviting you
Carmen.
to
Now,
unmute.
Carmen is in the book. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I always forget to change my name. My name is Erin. I'm sorry.
Erin.
Oh, Erin.
It's
So
Erin.
sorry. I'm honored that I got to read the book several months ago, and super excited to say, which I did share in the chat, that I've already read it. Again, Kindle to the rescue. Just so incredibly excited for you, Lezlee, and for our community. I don't think enough NPEs are writing. I don't think enough are publishing. I think a lot are writing. I don't think enough are publishing. And so every time we have the opportunity to have someone else's journey out there, it helps the community as a whole. So thank you so very much. And I'm so excited.
We do need it. We do need it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to think. Now, Carmen is in Canada. Carmen is a double NPE. Carmen, you want to take a second and just tell us what a double NPE is? Because being a single NPE is plenty.
So a double NPE, I've gone through this experience twice, once as a child via a story and then via a DNA test as an adult. But Lezlee, I want to congratulate you on your book. I was able to get it finally on Kindle here in Canada and read it. And also thank you for including me in your book.
Thank you. I didn't want to say that in the beginning because I was like, oh gosh, but yes, Carmen is Carmen's story in double NPE in the book. And she has an amazing story. And, I do have to take a breath because just going through this once is a lot, but dealing with it twice, which we had a couple of people at our last retreat that were double NPEs. And I just can't imagine having the discovery 2 times. But thank you, Carmen. You're a doll, and I miss our walks.
I miss our walks too. And I'm glad I got to meet you at retreat, and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
I have Grace raising her hand. Grace, I'm inviting you to unmute.
Congratulations, Lezlee. I will pick on you though. Never share your passwords.
I know you see, I never should admit to it. There's going to be somebody, and I know you were going to get on to me.
Digital forensic expert here. I'm going to get
on. It's like, and I do say that in the book. I know I was a big dummy for doing it.
Don't do that.
Desperate minds do desperate things.
Horrible.
I know.
I mean, I haven't had a chance to read the book yet, but as somebody who has found out about a whole other family through records and legal records and things like that I have 2 other sisters and other family that way, I'm very interested in reading the book.
Yeah.
So
well, it's more painful for some people than others, but it is a journey. That's for sure. So good. I can't wait for you to read it and hear what you have to say. So,
but no more sharing passwords.
Okay. Well, I won't. I promise. I had to get on there and start changing those passwords so fast. But thanks to everybody for being on today and sharing this really exciting time with me. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Anybody else before we move on would like to share some words? Looks like
Cindy.
Yeah, I will. I was waiting till the end. Great to see you again, Lezlee. I wish it was in person. You look fabulous.
Thank you.
Congratulations on this. And I am just going to reiterate what a lot of other people have said, that I'm an adoptee myself. So there's a lot of memoirs out there written by other adopted folks. There are not the NPE books, and they are so desperately needed. So I can't wait to read this myself.
Yeah. Well, you always, there's a whole nother level of this if everybody wants to ever look up. She helped me the other day. Scoop Era Babies. Is that what it was called?
Baby Scoop Era.
Baby Scoop Era. If you're not familiar with that term, you should look it up because it's also in history a very crazy, crazy time. And Cindy happens to be one of those children. So, yeah. Thank you, Cindy.
You're welcome.
All right, it's time for champagne, Jeffrey.
Oh, all right. All right. Couple last things. First of all, on
Okay.
behalf of Author Success and the company here, we're going to be sending this to you to acknowledge your achievement. This is to certify that Lezlee Liljenberg has successfully launched her new book, If You Only Knew. From Steve Harrison, me, Jeffrey Berwin, your coach, Valerie Costa, and all of us here at Steve Harrison's company. We're so proud of you.
Thank you. Thanks for all your help.
It's our pleasure. And if you haven't already done so, go to Chat to Everyone and leave a little greeting card message to Lezlee. A number of you have already, but this is your chance, if you haven't had a chance to do that, to leave a message of love as we start winding up this wonderful party. We'll just pause for a moment while you type Chat to Everyone. And Lezlee will copy and send that, what people write.
Okay, great. Thanks. I know a few had to drop off, so.
For sure.
Busy.
All right. So last two things. First, we're going to go over to your coach, Valerie Costa, who's going to lead us in a toast. And then Lezlee, you'll have the last word.
Okay.
That was so beautiful. I love how much support you have. And Magnus, that was the sweetest thing I've ever seen on one of these events. And, you know, I have to say, Texas gets this reputation of like men from Texas are like badly men and they don't cry. That was really beautiful. And it's wonderful to see how much you love and support your wife. I have a husband like that.
That's
So
his
I know how
Swedish
special
coming
that is.
out, Valerie.
That's wonderful. You know what? More Swedish than all the men.
Yeah.
It's great.
He's
But
a good man.
I would like to invite everybody to raise their glass to toast this wonderful woman and this wonderful
Thank
book
you.
and how much greatness it's going to do for so many people. Here's to you, Lezlee.
Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for everybody being here and support.
Lezlee, how would you like to send us back into the world?
I would just like to send everybody back into the world with my love. I couldn't do it without you. Seriously, just the support. There's just so many people that have followed, well, over drinks, have listened to my stories. And then once, you know, each one, they want the next chapter, and have supported me and said, you need to write a book. So I finally did it, but I send everybody out with thank you for taking time today out of your busy schedules. And, you know, just spread the word, just let people know that it's out there. If it's something you'll be in a situation now, I know that you'll hear a story and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I now know what that is. I know it's an NPE, or I know people that have gone through this, and help them know that there are people out there and that you're really not alone. You know, I mean, I thought I was, and I found so many resources and so many great people, and many of them were on here. So thank you all. I just appreciate it. And just, I can't tell you how much I love each and every one of you just for being here. Truly do.
Well said. So buy the book, tell everybody about the book, get this message out there, everybody. And we have come to the end of this wonderful virtual book launch. Onwards and upwards. Congratulations,
Yes.
Lezlee.
Love all of you. Thank you for your time today. Really means a ton.